Hi, I'm Michelle Duquet. Welcome to my channel, Soulful and Unplugged. This is Roxy, my sweet little doggy. Hey, Roxy. You want to say hello? No, I don't think she wants to say hello. I think she wants to be left alone. Okay. Last week I shared with you one of the metaphysical experiences I had, which really talks about quantum physics. For the longest time, it didn't resonate with me what quantum physicists were talking about, the duality theory, the wave-particle duality theory. And I'll read you exactly what it is because it's kind of over my head, but anyway, hang on. So, it says here, the wave-particle duality theory states that an electron behaves like a particle when being observed, but then behaves like a wave when left unobserved. Have I lost you? Sorry. Where the observer collapses the wave function of the electron simply by observing it. Okay, so I'll leave a link below. So here's the interesting part where quantum physics enters. You know how a lot of people have used that theory to show that what we focus on, we create. It's kind of the scientific proof that by focusing on something, we actually create it. When I had my experience, I never saw any wave and I never saw any particles. All I saw were fields of energy, potential fields of energy and actualizing fields of energy. And in the pure consciousness state, I never experienced being the observer. I was just pure consciousness. So for a long time I thought, oh well, that experience must just be just erroneous. Somehow I misunderstood the experience. Although, of course, I know what I know that I know what I know, like I experienced it. But it wasn't until last year where I found this amazing book called Fields of Color, The Theory That Escaped Einstein. And it is by Rodney A. Brooks. And this is what totally freaked me out when I read it. He says, listen to this, there is no wave-particle duality because there are no particles, only fields. Hello. The particle-like behavior is explained by the fact that a field quantum lives and dies as a unit. This phenomenon is called field collapse. That is exactly what I experienced. Exactly. So then I felt a lot more confident about sharing with people how to co-create their own existence. And then this week, part 2, I'm focusing on these fields of energies that are potential and actual and how they influence the body. So in order to understand how it influences the body, energetically I'd like to explain what happens from thought form to physical form. Because within each atom are these fields of energy of existence, in order to bring a field of energy into existence, we need to put in some effort through thought and visualization and feelings. In these fields of energy is where we create our physical world. So for example, I had terrible eczema, and I cured myself of eczema through changing my thoughts, becoming mindful of my thoughts, through understanding that eczema had to do with anger and rage, but that it was at the subconscious level, and all I had to do was find out when I'm being angry, how to heal that anger. I'll also put in the link one of the videos I did on empaths that shows how to clear energy or clear feelings. This is really how I cleared my subconscious feelings that came up. You don't have to focus on the story or why they're coming up or what is behind the feeling, just the feeling itself, and acknowledging it and celebrating that you're being mindful of it in the moment, and then doing some work to heal it and clear it will help tremendously. So it took me 4 months to heal my eczema. I went into Louise Hay's book, and that's how I found out that eczema is explosive anger, is what it said. So I didn't care where it came from. I just cared that I was finally conscious of it physically. My soul sent me a beautiful message that I needed to heal something that was expressing itself physically as eczema, and it was really bad. I had open sores, and the cream that doctors usually gave me wasn't working anymore, and that was another source of celebration. It's like, okay, good, I'm being sent the message. The go-to, escape route to heal something physically is not working, so you got to go deeper. And I will work backwards here. These physical manifestations that come up first exist in the energetic realm, and thoughts are real things in the energetic realm. So all those thoughts that I had that were angry, resentful, bitterness, any of that was coming to the surface for me to heal it through this really horrendous outbreak of eczema. From my knee to my ankle, I had exposed sores. I don't know if I'll include a picture. No, I don't think I will. Just imagine. It's I don't want to. I don't want to put you through that. It's really bad. The first thing I had to go through was find out my thoughts. What are these thoughts that were coming up that were creating this anger? Because if the anger was coming up, the thoughts were coming up too, so I could actually see them and be mindful of them. Understanding that way back, this physical illness was created by old thoughts, old feelings, old repressed emotions I didn't want to deal with at the time that they happened, and that in order to heal my eczema, I really needed to deal with that. And so what does that have to do with the energetic realms and the fields and all of that? What's his name? Rodney Brooks. Sorry, Rodney Brooks. What he talks about, the collapsing fields of energy. Well, that's exactly it. So within the field of energy where my eczema exists, and my thoughts and my feelings and all of my subconscious repressed stuff exist, I had to clear it, and then focus on a vision of something healthy, something painless, and love and forgiveness, and all of the thoughts and feelings that could create at the same time another field of energy. So because the fields of energy were connected to the disease of eczema on my legs, there was a time where if I could make the new field of energy vibrate at such a highly potential vibration, the field of energy where the disease was existing would collapse. And that's what happened. But I had to take it through the process of the thoughts, the feelings, what the soul was communicating, mindfulness, the heart, and the spirit. And it did heal overnight. Within 12 hours, I woke up the next day 4 months later, and it had completely healed overnight. But the process was 4-month process, and in the next video I'm going to talk about the heart of it. I hope this makes sense. I would love to gather a community on this channel of like-minded people and heart-centered people who can meet each other through the comments or through, in some way, connect to each other And to me, I'm just one of a community, and together we can help each other travel this journey in a more loving way, in a more inclusive way. So if you know someone that might really get something out of this video, please, I'd be eternally grateful if you could help them along too. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your comments and your likes and your incredible support. It's really, really touching. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.